Peace, family. So I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? So today what I want to do was, I wanted to talk to my chosen ones and target individuals about being the black sheep of your family and basically of your community for real, because your neighborhoods is your community as well. So you might be okay in your household because your household may only be one other person. You may only have one parent taking care of you, and you just got black sheep from the rest of the community. You know what I'm saying? And the concept of the black sheep, which we all basically can kind of understand on a simple form, you know, most sheep are not black. So then you have one sheep out the bunch that stands out. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a sore thumb. You know what I'm saying? All these generic, basic statements, but it's like, when you the black sheep in this 3D realm and as a spiritual being in, you know, your community in which you in, it puts you in a place to where you kind of are like not really understanding relationships. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all relationships. Any ship you are on is supposed to take you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Friendship, you know, the relationship you got with your parents, you know what I'm saying? Your spouse, all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? All these relationships are supposed to take you somewhere. But it's like when you black sheep of the family and of your community, it's like a big bullseye on your back, but it's almost like an invisible bullseye. It's like people just target you for like negative frequencies and vibrations and shit, you know what I'm saying? But they also will play the invisible role as far as like seeing you as an individual, if that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? So they only see you when they want to see you, and that's when they want to pull you down on that low vibration. That's the only energy they have to give, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, a lot of us, we didn't physically sign up for these positions. Spiritually, I feel like we had something to do with signing up for being the black sheep of our households, you know what I'm saying, and of these communities. Because it puts you in a position to where you're basically being scapegoated. And anybody can be scapegoated. You don't have to be a black sheep to be scapegoated, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a group of chosen ones and they all decide to scapegoat one of them out the party, you know what I'm saying? Scapegoating and black sheep are not the same thing. Anybody can be scapegoated, but black sheeps is more so of, you are basically born this way, you know what I'm saying? The black sheep, and if you look at the sheeps, they're born that way. It's nothing that they could have done differently, you know what I'm saying, opposed from what they're doing right now. So it's like, you have all these campaigns put on against you in the spirit realm, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're young, it's like things you want to do, but it's like a bunch of weird obstacles in the way. Your parents or the ones who's there are really not trying to support you. They don't want to fucking give you rides to like events that you're trying to do, whether it's sporting events or like anything like outdoor activities or any of those kind of things, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to push you in that kind of space, because then that's gonna kind of shine light on you. It's gonna show how bright and how genuine and how organic of a being you are, you know what I'm saying? And actually shows how tough you are, because you stand around spiritually and physically and you take a lot of blows, you know what I'm saying? But you also give a lot of blows too spiritually. Even when we young, we didn't understand it, but we were still returning blows back. And that's on a perspective like, these beings are attacking you as a child, but it's like, for us, it's not affecting us the way that they think it's going to affect us, or the way it should be affecting us in their minds. But since it's just bouncing and reflecting off of them, or bouncing and reflecting off of us, it's pissing them off more on the inside, you know what I'm saying? We find ourselves black sheeps, you know what I'm saying, like, isolated a lot. It's crazy because all of these spaces take you back to where you're being like isolated again. Like, a lot of it starts off by force, and then it turns into by choice. Because we never really wanted to isolate. We understand relationships were really good with people and beings. Like, we can vibe with a lot of different tribes. But when it comes to being in the household and having to deal with these other beings around you, or deal with the other beings in your community, it's like you become the wasteland. And if you don't become the wasteland, then you become the one that everybody just dismisses. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is, we light beings, so they not allowed to do that but for so long. And you realize, like, they only are really able to do this shit for as long as we're, like, in their space. And when we're at those younger ages, from kids to preteens to teens, before we really get out and can build and grow our own self. You know what I'm saying? So they just try to take full advantage of having a light being right there. They're still getting charged up off us from everything, just having us in their space. You know what I'm saying? But that target on your back is like, you have to be aware that you are the black sheep in your family or the black sheep in your community. You know what I'm saying? We have big ass targets on us. So when I start realizing I had a target on me, it was easier to dodge some of the shots. It was easier to dodge some of the attacks. You know what I'm saying? They still send plenty, so you're not going to be able to dodge all of them. So you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to stand on your two for some of them. But for a lot of them, becoming self-aware and understanding what's going on, it becomes completely different. The whole ball game changes. The whole ball game changes. And as we can see now, as a collective, you can see how many more tactics they have to keep switching and changing to use. Because they're not allowed to use the same ones on us. We vibrating way the fuck up here, so they already know they're not going to be able to. If I walk past the door, he tripped me one time, he not going to be able to trip me 2-3 more times if I walk past him, because I'm already going to be ready for it. So that's why they have to continuously switch up their flow. And we just have to understand that we have a bigger purpose here, and that's the only reason why we became the black sheeps in these households and in these communities. It was like these communities and these households was too fucking dark without us. If you think about your community or your household without you there, who would be lighting it up? Who would be lighting up your household or your community if you was not there? We hold and mold the whole goddamn thing together, even when we not trying to. So that's why it all crumbles soon as we separate and we get the fuck out that space. We leave that community behind, you know what I'm saying? We leave that family behind. Or we don't even have to leave them behind. We just leave them in that space they're in. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have to put it like that. We just leave them in the space they're in. Hey, y'all can hang out in this shit over here. I'm about to leave. These clouds is looking real lovely up here. I'm trying to float. I'm trying to be up here with the eagles and the birds and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always tough getting to these conclusions, you know what I'm saying? Because you are, and you do have like this rapport built up with these beings already. But open up your chakras and making sure you letting everything flow through and you not having no blockages, it's gonna make that transition to being able to let these beings go a lot smoother. You know what I'm saying? We targeted, you know what I'm saying? We chosen. We can put all these titles on us, but one thing we do know is that we all light beings and we here to raise this motherfucking frequency. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what title you put on it. I know my job and my purpose here, you know what I'm saying? So we can call it chosen ones, black sheeps, target individuals. I like using the titles because they're relatable to people, but on a deeper level, remove the titles and we still raising this motherfucking frequency, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to run up too long. Tap into everything down below. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the kings and queens.